Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As you probably know, Bakhmut is the hottest spot in the new Russian offensive, but it's been for even before that, but more so lately. And Bakhmut is about to be encircled by the Russian forces. The Ukrainians received some orders to conduct a fighting withdrawal. That means this, moving back and shooting. The problem is it seems like they can't really go anymore because it's a little bit, yes, too late. And they can't do a lot of people, they can't do that because they can't have a lot of people retreat. It seems like the only road available out of Bakhmut is under Russian shelling. So who goes out, boom, boom, they're on. And I have this article coming from Republic World, which is an Indian media outlet, and it's going to inform us of how many are able to get out of town, or at least try to get out of town. And it's sad and it's tragic, not sad, it's tragic, because they've been waiting so late for this thing to retreat, to fighting withdrawal. It's unbelievable. But anyway, when people say, oh, it's only the Russians responsible, well, certain orders could have been given sooner and better. So let's see this little article here. As I said, it comes from Republic World. It is from today, the 5th of March 2023. Bakhmut's deputy mayor says evacuations from Frontline dropped to just 5 soldiers a day. 5 soldiers a day are able to leave Bakhmut. And I'm quoting, "There is no way we can get there." End quote. Bakhmut's deputy mayor Alexander Marchenko said, referring to the intense battle ongoing in the town situated in Donetsk. Supposedly the Ukrainians sent their elite troops over there towards the city. Now I don't know if they're able to go in, help those guys evacuate, because definitely the city is gone. Now this is the Russian map, so I can show you where this Bakhmut is. The Russians call Bakhmut differently. For them it's Artemovsk, and it's right here. And let me just go to Artemovsk. And see, it's this little thing here that is the danger of being encircled. And this is Artemovsk. Let's see what the Russians are saying about that today, the 5th of March 2023. Earlier, the founder of Wagner PMC, Yevgeny Prigozhin, said Russian forces have practically encircled the city with one road remaining. So they have one road remaining out, in and out. But another article that I had, let me just put this in the context here. One article that I covered, I think yesterday, they said that that's under the shelling, it's covered by the Russians. So whoever goes in and out has to, dodge those bullets and shells. So let's see what else these guys are telling us. Ukrainian fighters are now withdrawing from the front lines of the battered industrial town of Bakhmut, or the Artyomovsk region in Donetsk, in numbers ranging from 5 to 10. Bakhmut's deputy mayor Alexander Marchenko told American broadcaster CNN, the name that can be trusted. All right, and I'm quoting, "The enemy blows everything to the ground, strikes at multi-story buildings and the residential sector. Why? Why are they doing that?" The easy answer that we'll provide is because that's the way they are, criminals. Are there Ukrainian units in the town, in the city? Yeah. Why? To defend Ukraine. Okay then. I mean, if someone comes to kill me and I just go and take refuge in a kindergarten and the guy shoots at the kindergarten, don't I bear a little bit of responsibility, just to say a little bit? I'm not trying to blame the Ukrainian. I'm angry with the guys on top who are just using the Ukrainian nation in this manner. I think it was a bad decision. And I made that point in many other videos where I said, why didn't you consider it and declare it an open city as Paris in the Second World War? There was no bullets, no shelling, no air raids, nothing. And now you can go and visit Paris as it was. But hey, they wanted to fight inside, and then they say, well, the Russians killed this and destroyed that. Well, I mean, just look at different analogy. And as I said, an analogy with the kindergarten. There are air raids, artillery shelling, and mortar shelling, end quote, the deputy mayor said in televised remarks. Russia's PMC Wagner fighters are striking the fortress city, and I'm quoting, with everything they can, end quote, said Marchenko. The latter informed that approximately 4,000 to 4,500 people are still in Bakhmut, while the town has nearly been entirely evacuated. I would like to know this number of people. Are fighters? Are civilians? Both? What are they? They obviously don't tell us because there will be a lot of them probably trapped in Bakhmut, and they don't want to give us any numbers because people will start asking, why didn't you evacuate earlier? And then they will start bullshitting with pathos, not with logos, saying because we defend our country and our people, by exposing them, by fighting in the town, in the city. It was not like, it was not, how do I put it, even not like Berlin in March, April 1945, where these guys were encircled it and they were coming towards killing the guy, right? It was not like that. I mean, these guys go and move on. Why didn't you fight these guys somewhere else, in a different, strategically important geographical location? It seems like these guys fight in the city all the time. And you can say, well, they fight whatever they want. Well, do you bear some responsibility for your actions as well? Those are your people. Anyway, if there would have been an open city, these guys went in and you fight them, or didn't go in. You fight them before the city. You lost, you retreat behind your defensive lines that you already prepared. Anyway, what do I know, right? Let's go to this article again here. And I'm quoting, there is no way we can get there, Bakhmut's deputy mayor Alexander Marchenko said, referring to the intense battle ongoing in the town situated in Donetsk. Bakhmut practically encircled. This is what Yevgeny Prigozhin said, that footage from Bakhmut depicted the Ukrainian military has been repelling a string of attacks, despite the claim circulated by Russian Wagner that the entire besieged town has been practically encircled. Practically means 98, 97, 95, 99. And he said, Wagner chief Prigozhin, in a video addressed from the besieged city, asked Ukraine's President Zelensky to save his soldiers who would be killed if they did not surrender in Bakhmut, or at least get the hell out. In a video published on the PMC Wagner's press services on Telegram, Prigozhin said that Bakhmut was almost completely surrounded by Wagner fighters, confirming the reports that the heavily destroyed fortress city during a month-long battle was totally encircled. The Wagner paramilitary group units have practically surrounded Bakhmut. Only one road remains to leave the city, Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin said, calling on Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, and I'm quoting, to abandon the city immediately. So here it is, while the PMC hasn't officially declared the city, which is now completely encircled. You see what? While PMC hasn't officially declared that the city, which is now completely encircled, so the city is encircled right now, may not have fallen. The capture of the strategic Bakhmut, strategic now, will give Russian fighters the upper hand to press into Sloviansk and Krematorsk in the Ukrainian-held positions on the Donbas area. You see, strategic, before this they said, no, we don't know why the Russians are fixated with Bakhmut, but that's the way they are, you know. Now we have Sloviansk and Krematorsk. So if, when, not if, I think it's not a matter of if. You see here, this is Bakhmut, Krematorsk, right here, Sloviansk, right here. This breaks, it seems like they don't have anything here, even though the Ukrainians built some defensive lines here, but I think they're afraid this is gonna come over. So Red Rover, they're gonna go probably behind this water here and right here, and they try to fight in Kramatorsk. Another two cities they're gonna be blown up by the Russians, because these guys are gonna go in there and fight, defend their country, and then blame everybody else, but not at all. They can't see that a little bit, at least, and I'm being very generous saying that a little bit of guilt lays on the commander's shoulders, not on the soldiers. Soldiers, go over here, die over there, come over here, go over there. All right, well, this is the 5 to 10 people, groups of 5 to 10 people a day get out of that town. And they didn't mention the 4,000 up to 4,500 people, fighters, civilians, both. We're going to find out after the Russians encircle it. After they encircle it, they probably go from door to door. The fight will still be ongoing as it was in Mariupol, I'm suspecting, and Azovstal still plans. And then if those guys surrender, I hope they do, because what are you going to die? That's a useless death right there. So useless because are you going to kill 3 Russians or something? I think they're not going to go near you. They're just going to find you, and they're going to put their artillery on you, and they're going to flatten wherever you hide. At least in Mariupol, you had the catacombs underneath. So when they were shelling, they will not hit you. But here you have what? You destroyed apartment buildings. They will hunt you down like there's no tomorrow. This is what I suspect they will do. We'll come out and say we want to save lives, and we come out. Take us to Russia because we say so, like they did in Mariupol. That's how they made it. They didn't surrender. They were not taken to Russia. No, they came out to save lives because they fulfilled the tasks. That's what they said. We fulfilled the task. So therefore, the mission, we accomplished it. Okay? And then we came out, and then we went to Russia. Not that we're taken to kick our butts. No. But I understand. But sometimes, it's good to be proud. But sometimes, if pride goes into delusion, you make a fool of yourself. Anyway, those guys are fighting. I'm not. So from that aspect, I should keep my mouth shut, and I'm not in their position. And what can I say? It's unfortunate, but I think sometimes, or in this situation, a lot of the blame is misleading, misguided. I think the blame is thousands of miles away from Ukraine. Not all of it, and both directions, east and west. Don't get me wrong. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.